Hey, this is Air Media, and these are the top 10 things we wish we would have known before cruising. Number 1 is don't fill up on the boat. If you plan on trying food on the island and trying, some of the culture that they have to offer on whichever island you're stopping at, don't fill up on the boat. Don't wake up trying to fill up, right?
Oh yeah, save plenty of room because once you get on the island, you're gonna want to try everything.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to be one of those that just sit on the boat and want to relax for that day. If not, I would say don't fill up, go on the island, explore, enjoy the food.
Number 2 is to bring some walkable shoes. You're gonna be hiking unless you plan on Ubering around on the island, and a lot of places don't have that. A lot of places that you stop at won't really have Ubers. It'll be classic taxis. I would go ahead and bring some really nice shoes.
Oh yeah, because the only time I actually had heels was on the ship. Anything outside of that, bring some nice walking shoes because you're gonna be walking for a little bit.
I didn't even think about that. If some woman brought heels onto those islands, that
it
would
be over.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even bring.
Some people can travel good in a couple pair of heels.
I wouldn't even bring flip-flops personally. I'd probably go. You
yeah,
probably want
no
some shoes.
Flip-flops. You definitely don't want flip-flops. Anything that's gonna be flopping around, you want to put on some shoes, some hiking shoes, because unless you don't plan to walk anywhere. Make it look cute.
Do not be out there stranded with some goofy shoes walking around. Or you probably be stuck buying shoes wherever you're at, okay?
Yeah.
Number 3 is kind of a dress when you're packing. You gotta leave a little bit of space just in case you're getting souvenirs or anything where you stop, because we didn't really think about that, and when we got back to our room, we were kind of like, I don't know.
Shifting things into different bags. So don't overpack. If you're going to buy a couple things, leave a little bit of room because you're going to definitely need it.
Yeah, we were wearing extra stuff to the plane ride home and stuff, trying to get any room. We had a whole guitar for our son, so don't max everything out to the maximum if you plan on buying anything, okay? Leave a little bit of room. Number 4 is to avoid getting caught at the entrance shops. Now, this is somewhat specific to Nassau, but it can happen at a lot of ports. Sometimes they make, kind of like the Margaritaville type shops right at the front, and it's kind of like really touristy at the front. Sometimes it pays off a little bit to go a street or two into the island or to the port that you're at and kind of get acquainted with the locals instead of just buying at the very front shop. Don't feel like you gotta buy at the first shop you see or the first set of shops you see.
Go a little bit further in, support the natives more. You'll be able to tell the difference. They'll try to sell you on everything. I don't mean buy. You can keep going. You can be nice about it, but
don't get caught up at those very first front entrance shops. Maybe take a little gander in there.
Yeah.
We'll go a little further.
Number 5 is do not get lured into a jewelry purchase. Because I'm telling you, I love me some jewelry and they almost got me. I almost just let them just swipe my card. And then I get back and I'm like, hold on, it's actually like $500 cheaper in here than it would be in the Bahamas. So just make sure that you're on your P's and Q's because they will definitely, they were like, hey, we got one store, we can get you this deal. And they're like, let me walk you over to this other store and show you what he can actually get. It was just like, they were definitely trying to make their coins. Be aware. And then they'll give you these little like, you come to the store, we'll give you a free bracelet. The free bracelets are from like Temu or Shein and stuff. You can definitely tell they're like 25-cent bracelets. So just be aware, and it's not like it's something from the island either. It's just something to lure you into the store so that you can make a purchase, but be aware.
We were close,
yeah,
but we didn't end up doing it. It says any purchase over $800 on a cruise port can prompt a meeting with customs about paying your duty. So pretty much how people try to escape taxes and whatnot, or sales tax when you go to the island, you don't have to pay that type of stuff. You can end up having to pay that if you end up spending over $800. You might end up having a meeting with customs if you go over $800. So be aware of that. Chill out on the island. You don't gotta, chill out. You don't gotta go crazy. Do you like what you're watching right now? Is this helping you? Go ahead and subscribe, okay? Let us know you're there. Hit the subscribe button, okay?
Hit it. There.
Now back to the video. Number 6 is to bring change, 1s, 5s, 10s, all of that, because there was some like kind of knick-knack stuff I couldn't even really barter on because I was stuck with all 5s. I went all 5s is how I went. I wish I had some 1s because I was getting little bracelets and whatnot that I could have probably.
Yeah, like these little cute bracelets.
Oh my god, you have it on right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, I think I paid $5 for that thing. I could have bartered a little bit is all I'm saying. Bring everything, okay? I brought all 5s. It was okay, but there was a couple times I wish I had 1. I literally brought all 5s.
A bunch of
300 5s or something. And they started going crazy. Number 7 is to do not purchase agriculture at the port.
Any shells or anything that you were like
Shells.
bringing back, they were taking.
Yeah, people were trying to bring
confiscating
conch shells. You literally go through like a metal detector type thing when you come back on the boat. So
Yeah.
they'll be looking for stuff that you're trying to sneak on. But
Yeah.
do some research. Don't get hyped up on buying a bunch of like, let's say coffee beans or something like that. Because you might get just straight up confiscated on that. You might not be able to bring that back home. So just research what type of agriculture you can bring back on the ship
Yeah.
at whatever port you're at, because it might not flow.
Number 8, avoid taking any transportation or excursions that's not affiliated with the cruise. You might be drove off until you don't even know where, and they
Yeah.
just drop you off and you gotta find your way back and you gotta walk. Just make sure they're affiliated with the cruise line.
But when we were walking the main street in Nassau, the guy was trying to take us to Pig Island. I don't know if it was called Pig Island, but he was trying to use like, oh, we take you to
yeah.
swim with the pigs. And he said it was a 5-minute boat ride and we'll get you back on time for the boat. But nonetheless, he wasn't affiliated with the cruise ship. I didn't feel comfortable going to do anything like that. I wasn't trying to risk being stuck on no island in the Bahamas. We didn't go with passports. We went with birth certificate and ID. So I wasn't trying to risk anything at all. I was trying to have a good time. I knew me and her could get back to the boat on time, on our own accord, if we were on foot, which is exactly what happened.
If I get stuck anywhere on the island, it's the cruise line fault, and it's their responsibility to get me back to the States. So
And you say that till you see that boat pull away and you're like,
oh my God,
I
don't
couldn't
leave
imagine.
me here. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can leave me. I'm gonna find a way back home, if anything.
I probably start crying on sight. Just immediately
Not crying.
Take the excursions that are with the cruise line that you are sailing with. Number 9 is to avoid leaving the main tourism area while you're alone or in a small group. You kind of want to have a big group if you're going to go venture off into wherever you feel like it, okay? That doesn't necessarily account for everywhere, but we were in Nassau, which had a travel advisory of chill out, watch yourself, okay?
At the time when we traveled.
Yeah, but maybe some like Italy places and whatnot might be a little different. The Mediterranean sailing ports might be a bit different. I don't know. Research your port and be careful. Go with a lot of people if you want to just wander. Okay?
Yeah, because we couldn't really wander because it was just the 2 of us, so we didn't want to venture out too far into the island because, you know, it's not where we're from, so anybody can sell us on something.
And you could tell at a very certain point when you were leaving tourism area and when it was becoming people on the island going to work and whatnot. It was
Yeah, they were like,
definitive
what are you
streets.
doing over here?
Yeah.
Homegirl, the tour area is that way.
But next time we're going with 2 other people, so maybe we'll venture a little deeper in next time. Go over that hill and just see what they got to offer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's nice, but
Yeah.
we just want to be cautious because you never know. What if somebody just run off and whip my purse and just like,
Especially if you're out there walking with like an expensive camera around yourself or something, just be aware of your
Yeah.
surroundings. Okay?
same thing with ladies with expensive bags because,
Yeah, bags.
you know,
What I'm saying is look poor. Poor as you
don't
can.
look poor. And finally, number 10.
Familiarize yourself with the port before visiting, okay? You don't have to know it like by the back of your hand, but it'd be a good idea to make a rough map of what you want to see. You can go into it blindly, but it's a little better to have a rough idea of where you're gonna walk to, if you can walk to a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of things you can find out just by going on like Google Maps or whatever maps and just zooming into the port you're gonna be at and just walk around with the maps. Whether you do the, you know, first person walk around or you just do it from satellite mode. Just zoom around, see what they got to offer, see if they got restaurants and see what's right there. Learn the port a little bit.
Because we definitely have all our little spots that we're gonna hit. We're gonna make sure we hit all the things that's on the map that we didn't hit before, knock them off one by one.
Yeah. We kind of went in blindly last time.
We were just like, oh, this street, this road,
Yeah.
this one. Oh my
Yeah.
God, let that shot, this one. Okay, let.
Just roaming.
Now we actually know what spots we're gonna like hit and where we want to go and what side of the island we want to be at and what we want to venture off and do. We have a good time.
I understand the spontaneity, but it can help because you think you're gonna be able to make a choice, but then once you're actually on the island and you're trying to pull up Google and stuff, and you're wherever you're at, you might not even have service out there trying to figure out where you're gonna eat. It's better if you know roughly where some things are at and where you can turn and not just go in there blindly, because I didn't have service. Maybe take a screenshot of the GPS of the rough area that you're gonna be walking so you can have
You
a
gotta
map
be
locked
old
in.
school with a map locked
Yeah.
in, because you never know.
You don't gotta have a whole itinerary laid out, but have a rough idea of what you want to see, where you're gonna go, who you're gonna be with.
Yeah.
Okay, what food you're gonna be eating.
Cause you know, I like going somewhere and learning about where I'm going. I don't just want to be there just because I got money to be there.
Yeah.
What fun is that? I actually want to learn the culture, see what's going on, taste the food, buy a couple things, see what the the nightlife is like, the daylight. You know, I just want to venture off and be part of the island. With our tourist guide, I don't know.
Like tourist guy.
And it was like not like our chicken. It was like
Yeah.
the chicken was raised on the island.
Yeah.